On the afternoon of Palm Sunday, I went to St Anne's Church to listen to Faure's Requiem. I'm not quite sure what the group, the orchestra and choir are who sang it. I'm not sure what they're called, but I know that Richard Barclay organises the choir, and they were absolutely wonderful, of course. Pierre Jésus is one of the solos in Faure's Requiem, and Faure's Requiem is said to be a sort of lullaby of death, written 2 or 3 years after his parents died, but not necessarily because of that. The other pieces by Faure I love so much are Pavane and also the Dolly Suite. And I remember very well when I was only a small boy and sitting on my mum's knee as we listened to Listen with Mother at 1:45 every day. And it started with that lovely piece, the Dolly Suite, on arranged for 2 pianos. And it started, of course, to Listen with Mother with those wonderful words when he came to the story. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. An interesting life Faure had. Gabriel Faure, he was born in 1845 and he lived to be 79, although I suppose he was quite lucky to live to that age because he smoked heavily, but sadly in his latter years he became deaf and had oral hallucinations. He had quite a exciting, I suppose you could say, life of relationships. He married Marie Fremiet in 1883, although he'd had an affair before, which sadly, although he got engaged, seemed to fall apart, and we don't know quite why that was. But he had he had a relationship within his marriage with Emma Bardag, who later married Debussy, and she had a daughter, Helena, and people suggest that possibly it was Faure's daughter, and it was for her that he dedicated the Dolly Suite. Later on in his life, when he was in his 50s, he met Margarita Hazelman, a pianist who became his mistress. Of course, these composers, one of the amazing things I find is how they knew each other. He was a lifelong friend of Saint-Saëns, and he was, when he was an organist in Paris, he was the under-organist to Widor, and most of us know Widor de Carters. He loved Wagner music, and he played in Buckingham Palace in 1908. What a fascinating life these people had.